America's economy expanded by 4.3% last quarter, and this is for the July to September quarter, and this is the fastest pace in growth in nearly 2 years. In the United States, when people say the economy is strong, they are usually talking about GDP. GDP just tells us one thing: how much stuff the economy produces. It doesn't tell us who gets paid more, who builds wealth, or whose life actually improves. And this is the key idea most people miss. The economy can grow while most people don't feel richer at all. That's not a failure of the system. That's how the system designed to work today. The inflation adjusted reality. Now on paper, middle class incomes look higher than before. The average middle income household today makes around $84,000 a year. So people say, see, wages went up. But here's what they don't tell you. Since the late 1970s, the top 1% saw their incomes grow about 27 times faster than the bottom 20%. And when you adjust wages for inflation, what economists call real wages, middle class pay barely kept up. Why? Because the cost of a middle class life exploded. Housing, college, healthcare, those costs are up. Those costs are up more than 200% since the 1970s. So yeah, your paycheck might be bigger, but your purchasing power isn't. That's why people feel like they're earning more but falling behind. Where economic growth goes today. So economic growth today mostly flows into assets, not wages. That means stock, real estates, and businesses. If you own assets, growth works for you automatically. If you rely on a paycheck, it barely touches you. And housing is the clearest example of this. The housing trap. In 2025, one of the biggest drivers of economic growth was housing. Home prices rose about 6.5% in major cities. Now look at what that does. If you own a home, your net worth goes up. If you rent, your disposable income goes down. Same economy, two totally different experience. And here's the part nobody talks about. About 70% of new housing being built today is luxury housing. Affordable housing is only about 12 to 16% of new construction. So the economy is literally building wealth for people who already makes money. Low unemployment doesn't mean fair opportunity. People love to say unemployment is low so things are good. But unemployment only tells you if someone has a job. It doesn't tell you how much that job pays, how stable it is, or whether it builds wealth. And growth doesn't hit everyone the same. During this so-called strong economy, white unemployment around 3.7%, black unemployment is around 7.2%. That's almost double. So growth doesn't remove inequality, it often exposes it more clearly. How Fed policy made assets win. For years, policy from the Federal Reserve kept interest rates very low. So cheap money meant borrowing was easy. Money flowed into stocks and real estates. Assets prices exploded. Who benefits from all that? People who already own assets. Even when interest rates rise later, asset owners are already far ahead. Wage earners are still trying to catch up. That's how wealth gaps widen during both booms and slowdowns. Corporate efficiency versus workers. Capital versus labor. So here's another big shift. Companies learn they can grow profit without growing payroll. In one recent quarter alone, corporate profits jumped by over $160 billion. Wage growth increased only slightly. Why? Because technology and AI allow companies to make more money without hiring more people. This isn't about companies being evil, it's about leverage. Capital has more leverage than labor now. That's why profits keep hitting records while workers feel replaceable. Why this feels rigged, but it's structure. When you put all of this together, it makes sense. The economy grows, profit grows, asset price rises, but wages lag, cost rise, job quality declines. So people feel like I'm doing everything right and still losing ground. That feeling isn't emotional, it's structure. Conclusion: the three rules of the new economy. So here's the truth. The economy isn't broken, it's optimized, just not for everyone. So the real question isn't will the economy keep growing, it's how do you position yourself inside it. And here are three rules, starting with our rule number one: shift from consumer to owner. If you only buy what companies sell, you lose. If you own part of what they sell, you benefit. Rule number second: focus on inelastic assets. Think people need, not just want: housing, energy, and infrastructure. And rule number three: change how you earn. Don't just trade time for money, trade skills, systems, or equity for money. Because this economy rewards leverage, not effort. Economic growth will continue. The only real question is whether you are positioned to benefit from it or just survive inside it.